हाँ तो जी स्क्रीन स्क्रीन आ गई है अकॉर्डिंग टू मी। जी तो शुरू करते हैं आज का क्विज ऑफ चैप्टर मॉलिकुलर नहीं मॉलिकुलर तो कल हमने कर आज हमें कर प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस एंड वेरिएशन। हियर इट इज। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1। Who was the first to use statistical analysis and mathematical analysis for solving biological problems? Mendel. Second is the answer. Mendel is known for species concept hybridization experiment, discovery of chromosome experiment on maize plantation experiment. The total number of pure line prepared by Mendel for his hybridization experiment in garden pea plant for 7 characters were. Total number of pure line prepared by Mendel for his hybridization hmm, in garden pea plant for 7 characters were 14. Yes. How many pair of contrasting traits studied by Mendel were related to pod? Though pod color, pod shape. Among the given pea plant traits, identify the odd one. Pea plant. Okay, yellow flower, violet flower, yellow seed, yellow pod, axial flower terminal. This one is ये recessive है बाकी सब dominant है. Mendel was born in 18th century. Nice, 19th century. Our ancestors knew about the inheritance of characters and variation because they selectively breed plant and animal and selected for organisms that possess desirable character. They induce mutation. They perform natural hybridization. All of these. First one is the right answer for 7. Mendel work on Pisum sativum shows that allele show blending inheritance. F1 resemble either of the two parents. In a dissimilar pair of factor, member of the pair are codominant. Genotype of F2 tall plant can be determined by cross with recessive parent. F1 resemble are fourth one is the right answer. Mendel work on Pisum sativum show that genotype of F2 tall plant can be determined by cross with recessive parent. Among the following characters, which one was not considered by Mendel in his experiment on pea? Stem, tall and dwarf, trichome, glandular, non-glandular, yellow or green seed, inflated or constricted. In his classic experiment on pea plant. Mendel did not use seed color, pod length. Question number 11. What was the most significant conclusion that George Mendel drew from his experiment with pea plant? This is considerable genetic variation in garden pea. There is considerable genetic variation in garden peas. Traits are inherited or discrete units that are not the result of blending. Genes are composed of DNA. An organism that is homozygous for many recessive traits is at a disadvantage. advantage. Considerable genetic variation in garden bee. The right answer for this. Mendel published his work on inheritance of character in 1865, but he remained unrecognized till 1900 because he could not provide any physical proof for the existence of factor. His concept of factor as stable, discrete unit that control the expression of trait did not find acceptance from the contemporaries. Mendel's approach of using mathematics to explain biologic phenomena was totally old. Communication was not easy as it is now. डी तो कंफर्म है ए बी डी और सी डी सी तो नहीं है फॉर श्योर तो हमारे पास आता है ए बी डी ही कुड नॉट प्रोवाइड एनी फिजिकल प्रूफ हाँ ये ठीक है ठीक ए बी डी पे जाते हैं हम थर्ड दिस इज द राइट आंसर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज अ रिसेसिव ट्रेट फॉर अ कैरेक्टर चूजन बाय मेंडल गार्डन पी येलो बॉर्ड कलर which of the following traits show expression in only homozygous condition? Wrinkled seed. Which of the following does not contribute to Mendel's success? Large sampling size, statistical analysis, performed experiment on single variety of P, perform experiment on successive generation. Does not contribute to Mendel's success. Statistical analysis? नहीं. Perform experiment on single variety of P. What could be the genotype of a garden pea plant that expresses tall trait of height? ET. Genetics which code for a pair of contrasting trait or slightly differ from form of the same gene are known as alleles. In 1900, Mendel work rediscovered by DeVaris, Coren, and Schemark. The pure line round seeded pea plant was crossed with wrinkled seeded pea plant. The F1 generation is dash and it can be explained by F1 generation is round law of dominance. Which of the following is not true for the law of dominance given by Mendel? Character are controlled by a discrete unit called factor. Factor occur in pair in a dissimilar factor. Pair of factor, one member of the pair dominate the other. The alleles show blending at the time of fertilization. Fourth. Hmm. In the offspring is if the offspring is AA, what possible combination of parental genotype would have produced these progeny? Small AA. Mhm. This one is the answer. आज फहीम जी के नाम से ही है एक और नई आईडी A pea plant parent having violet color flowers with unknown genotype was crossed with a plant having white color flowers. In the progeny, 50% were white. The genotypic constitution of the parent having violet color flowers are a pea plant parent having violet flower colors with unknown genotype crossed with a plant having white color flower in the progeny. 50% are white. Heterozygous. Type of gamete produced by homozygous parent. Single type. If A represents the dominant gene and A represents the recessive gene, which of the following would be the most likely result in the first generation offspring when AA is crossed with AA? Dominant and recessive genotype will be 50% each. Yes. An organism with two different allele is heterozygous for the trait. The F2 genotypic ratio of a monohybrid cross is 1 is to 2 is to 1. The F1 progeny in monohybrid cross by Mendel resembled the F1 progeny in monohybrid cross by Mendel resemble parent exhibiting dominant trait only, parent exhibiting recessive trait only, parent exhibiting dominating trait partly, completely or partly, completely, completely. Genotypic and phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross are 1 is to 2 is to 1 and 3 is to 1. F1 progeny refers to first pure breed, first offspring, for first hybrid generation. First hybrid generation. Yes. Which of the following is a अरे कहाँ गया? Monohybrid is a monohybrid. Third क्वेश्चन पे आगे बढ़ते हैं. How many law of Mendel are based on monohybrid cross? Though independent assortment of law of dominance. Identify the incorrect statement. Tall plant produce gamete by meiosis and the dwarf plant by mitosis. Only one allele is transferred to a gamete. The segregation of allele is a random process. Gamete will always be pure for the trait. First one is the incorrect statement. Trait expressed in F1 generation is dominant. Which of the following trait in the garden pea plant would express itself only in homozygous condition? Only in homozygous condition. Terminal flower position. Recessive vena. In a monohybrid cross, F1 progeny resemble neither of the parent. What would be true in this case? The parental trait would not appear in any of the F2 progeny. F2 the F2 phenotypic ratio will be different from the F2 genotypic ratio. It should be a case of incomplete dominance. The F2 phenotypic ratio will be similar to any Mendelian monohybrid cross. Okay, it should be a case of incomplete dominance. This is the right answer, yes. A cross between tall and dwarf plant was performed and 120 offspring were produced, in which 90 plants were tall and 30 were dwarf. Find out the genotype of their parents. Hmm. This is the genotype? Yes. If F2 dwarf plant were self-pollinated, then the genotype of F3 and F4 plant is F2 is self-pollinated. F3 and F4 स्मॉल टी ओके जिस जैसे जनरेशन आगे बढ़ती जाएंगी वैसे वैसे जो रिसेसिव ट्रेड है वो अपने आप को ज़्यादा शो करेगा. If a homozygous red flower plant is crossed with a homozygous white flower colored and red color allele is completely dominant over with color white color allele, the offspring would be half red color, half red flower, all red flower, half white flower, half pink flower. Hmm. Red color allele is completely dominant. All red flower. An organism with is two copies of the same allele is homozygous for the trait. A tall true breeding garden pea plant is crossed with a dwarf true Drove through breeding garden pea plant when the F1 plant was self, the resulting genotype were in the ratio of tall homozygous tall heterozygous dwarf. Last one. This is the right answer. आखिर के 10 क्वेश्चन बचे हैं. कल तो 40 क्वेश्चन ही हो पाए. लास्ट में वाईफाई ने धोखा दे दिया. In Mendel experiment, the contrasting trait did not show any blending in F1, F2. Both F1, F2 space first blending was not seen at all stages. Both F1 and F2. Okay. In pea plant, yellow seed are dominant to green. If heterozygous yellow seeded plant is crossed with a green seeded plant, what ratio of yellow and green plant would you expect in F1 generation? If heterozygous yellow seed is crossed with 50-50, 50-50. Monohybrid cross can be defined as cross between plant differing in one chromosome, cross between plant differing in one character only, cross between plant differing in two traits, one character only. Yes. Read the following statement A to D and find which are only correct statement. Autosomal recessive trait can't be transferred from normal parent to the offspring. Hmm. In Mendelian क्रॉस ब्लेंडिंग और allele are observed at F1 generation. गलत बात हो गई. Dominance is not an autonomous feature of gene or gene product. Dominance is not an autonomous feature of gene or gene product. Dominance is not universal. All are correct तो नहीं है. बी तो बिल्कुल गलत है. ए भी गलत है. सी एंड डी पे रिस्क ले सकते हैं. यस, सी एंड डी इज द राइट आंसर. गोलू आईडी भी है. गोलू खत्म आईडी भी है. समझ नहीं आया मुझे फहीम जी, क्या बोला आपने? A heterozygous plant produce only one kind of gamete, two kind of gamete each having one allele with equal proportion, two kind of gamete each having two alleles with equal proportion, two kind of gamete each having one allele with one allele occurring in more gametes than the other. Second is the right answer. Which one of the following Mendelian trait controlling unit is expressed in homozygous condition? Homozygous condition. कितनी बार सेम क्वेश्चन आ गया ये? What is the ratio of a typical monohybrid test cross? 1:1. Into pea plant having red dominant color flowers with unknown genotype are crossed. 75% of flower are red, 25% are white. The genotype constituting of the parent having red color flowers will be heterozygous. One homozygous and the other heterozygous. Both heterozygous. Okay, okay. A genetic cross between homozygous individual but with different alleles for a single gene of interest is called as between homozygous individual but with different alleles. Test cross. Monohybrid cross. A genetic cross between homozygous individual but with different allele for a single gene of interest. Okay. Which of the following trait of P selected by Mendel during during the hybridization experiment on P can be expressed in both homozygous as well as heterozygous condition. Hmm. Round seed, green seed, white flower, terminal flower, round seed. राउंड सीट इज द राइट आंसर और यहाँ हमारे 50 क्वेश्चन होते हैं कंप्लीट। आईडी तो भी है गोलू एंड, अच्छा जी, ठीक है मैं समझ गई हूँ। लाइव स्ट्रीम करते हैं हम एंड, और क्वेश्चन रिस्पॉन्स करते रहिए, फायदा होता रहेगा। बाय बाय, स्टडी हार्ड, टेक केयर, बाय 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 फ्रॉम निको।